Hello, and welcome to another episode of The End of the Search. This one I call it, You Cannot Force Being. What do I mean by that? Being is ever-present experience. Just being. Right now, you are being while listening to this video. You can never not be. And sometimes, if some may try, I'm going to be present, I'm going to be. See, that in itself is a distraction to the beingness that already is. You see? It's like trying to, okay, I'm gonna just be. I'm going to close my eyes and I'm going to just be. Yeah, but what was happening before you close your eyes? See? Or some may say, I just want to be so I can be at peace with the thoughts and everything. Yeah, but whether the thoughts are there or not, the background is beingness. You can never not be. So sometimes when we try to somehow be, for whatever the reason is, want to feel more peaceful, more tranquil, it assumes that beingness is only happening while I am tranquil or peaceful, but prior to that I was not being. But what we're pointing to here is that you're always being. The only thing that take beingness, which is ever present, and make it not being or seem as if it's not being, is a thought. A thought that says, I am not being. Because thought may say that beingness implies feeling tranquil all the time. Beingness implies not having thoughts or having positive thoughts. You see? And then we think that in order for us to be, these conditions have to be met. But beingness is happening always. All we're doing here is looking at the content of the mind to see how the thoughts are trying to interfere, you see, to overlook the beingness, which is what we are. Now you may say, yeah, but if I feel uncomfortable, if I feel bad, if my mind is racing, or if I'm in pain, and that is my beingness, so what do I do or anything? Well, beingness is always, in spite of whether there's pain or the thoughts are going all over the place. So we're not trying to be in order for any of those things to let go. We're just simply observing life as it unfolds, not letting the mind interpret what it's thinking. And then, paradoxically, it's not that some of those thoughts may go away necessarily. They may or they may not. But resting in beingness, I become the observer of the thoughts rather to the judge of them. And consequently, I experience the peace that passes all understanding. That is, regardless of whether the thoughts or the mind is going all over the place, it happening whether there's pain or whatever, it doesn't matter. I am at peace because I'm not allowing the mind to interpret. And I'm not even allowing the mind now to tell me that I should be. I have to learn how to be. I don't need to learn how to be. I'm always being. You're being right now. I am being right now. We are always being. The only thing is that in the present moment we can look at the content of the mind and see how the mind is translating, is interpreting this experience and making it not okay. You see? That translation, that interpretation is what causes the suffering. Otherwise, what's happening is what's happening. If I don't let the mind tell me what this means, then I am at peace. I am happy. And this is what we are always pointing to. And some may suggest, yeah, but if I'm being, am I being irresponsible? Am I just going to be just being and I'm not going to take responsibility of my life? Well, it's because another thought has intervened and overlooked that we are not the one doing anything. Life is living us, meaning that whatever I am doing is not something that I choose to do, it's just simply what is being done. So right now, beingness, which is what I am always at all times, in beingness, the idea or the inspiration to make a video shows up. And I don't make the decision to make the video. I see how life through this instrument moves it to make the decision, to make the video. But the mind now takes ownership. Oh, I thought of that. No, I wasn't thinking about making this video. I was just sitting in the couch. The idea came through. So As the idea comes through, then the mind says, but I decided to come here and make the video after the idea came through. Again, this is how it gets very interesting here. The idea comes through, and then I was wondering if I was going to find myself making this video. And I noticed how I find myself standing, coming up here, and now making the video. But there's an awareness always that it is life happening through me. So if you like to, let's say, be in quiet space, call it meditation or something, it's not because that is going to help you be or it's going to put you in a place of beingness. No, that is just what happens. Means absolutely nothing. But beingness is what you are always. So there's no need to force being. You cannot even force it anyway. I'm just simply saying that we're recognizing beingness as what we are. You see? And from this point forward, just observe how life unfolds. I don't know what life wants to do with me after this video is finished. It appears that probably I may edit it, and then if I have to edit it, and then I just go ahead and upload it, or not. I don't know. All I know is that this is what is. Life is. I am. And that is pure beingness. And you are. Therefore, you are always being, in spite of what you do or not do. Resting in beingness, which is not something that you do, is what is. I'm just pointing to the obvious. You see, I'm not saying now you have to rest in beingness. I'm pointing to the obvious. Beingness is all there is. And all that is interfering to that is the mind saying this should not be like this. I should feel different. This should be different. I'd rather not be here or go over there. And all this mind, stuff is overlooking, is overshadowing the beingness. And even the mind can get into the play of thinking that, well, beingness implies being in joy, always joy, perfect peace. And now it's a distraction to the beingness, and then the mind may try to sell a suggestion how to become being or how to be, and then the mind may say, just close your eyes and be in the presence and do this or don't do that, and just then all of a sudden now you're trying to be, you see, overlooking that you're always being. Right now, can you not be? You see, this is very obvious, it's very simple. Except when the mind thinks, no, I should feel differently. That's why I love this story that Alan Watts used to tell, and I'm pretty sure maybe somebody else told it before, about a fish that is looking for the water. And he swims all over the world, oceans, rivers, trying to find the water. And everybody, all the fish would say, but you're swimming in it. And that fish would say, no, it cannot be. Water is not, this is normal. This is my everyday life. Water should be something spectacular, something outrageous, something amazing. That's what we're doing with beingness. You're swimming in it because you are. You can never not be. But the mind makes it into something special, something more esoteric. And then, because if I was being, I would feel in a particular way, or I will never have problems or so. Beingness is what you rest always for the nature of what you are. If the fish could have just realized that, then it's like, oh my God, so then water is the most ordinary thing. It's just the everyday life. But according to the story, the fish died without ever noticing that it was swimming in it. Well, you're swimming in beingness. You are being all the time. You see? It's when you believe you're a separate entity, a separate individual. I'm this person, and that identity have the desires and the pleasures and the what I think it wants, its preferences, which is fine. All of that is happening in beingness. You see? The preferences, the desires, and all that stuff, that can be seen. I can see the desire of this instrument to do certain things. And the only difference is that either the things are done or not. I'll find out after they're done. And if they're done, it's because life wanted this instrument to do that. But that didn't happen outside of beingness. I was just beingness expressing in that particular form. Right now, beingness, which is all there is expressing in the form of somebody making a video. And it's expressing in the form of you listening to a video. and it's expressing in the form of you or me doing whatever we're doing, feeling whatever we're feeling, sensing whatever we're sensing, thinking whatever is being thought, but beingness remains. That's why I always say in every video, if you don't identify with the content of the mind, don't believe any thoughts, what is left? And if you answer, you went back to the mind. There's no need to answer. This is it. This is the water that you're swimming in. This is the beingness that you are. This is the love that is being thought after. This is the peace that we think we're going to get as a result of. This is the happiness that will always be, as long as you don't allow the content of the mind to interfere to the obvious. You are it. Tag, you are it. You are that. I am that. Everything is that. And that, it's all that there is. Well, this is the inspiration that came through me, so I hope it served. And as always, may peace permeate the mind so that love can be extended.